One of the biggest things that helped me when it came to quitting drinking was having a non-negotiable commitment, something that I was no longer willing to put alcohol in front of any longer. And I wonder what you're not willing to put alcohol in front of any longer. A non-negotiable commitment is something that we make with ourselves, an absolutely true and honest commitment that we're not going to put alcohol in front of something important in our lives any longer. For me, that was my wife, my son, and my health. I was worrying that I was going to die before I was 50 if I continued drinking in the same way. And the reason that a non-negotiable commitment really works when we mean it is because it places a kind of positive pressure on us around the things that really matter in our lives. And it's important that if you're going to make a non-negotiable commitment, not only do you mean it, but it's got to be really, really powerful. And the reason it works is because when it's powerful enough, we become super determined to make it happen. And you might think that you can't be determined, you can't get that right mindset, you can't get motivated to make this change. But that's not true. Every single one of us has been determined and been motivated at times in our life to achieve things when we really want it, when we've made a subconscious non-negotiable commitment to ourselves. Just think of the times in your life when you've wanted to achieve something that felt like a challenge. Maybe you wanted to move city, maybe you wanted to get a new job, or maybe you wanted to have a baby. And in fact, that's a really good one to explore a bit deeper. If you've ever had a baby, I know this kind of excludes the guys, but you're going to appreciate that along that journey, there's going to be some challenges, there's going to be some difficulties, there's going to be a level of pain involved. But your non-negotiable is that it's all worth it. But because your mindset has got to a place where you really, really want to have that baby, you've got a strong reason why. And that's enough to make you determined. You're not going to put anything else in front of it. And I find it interesting how many women don't drink while they're pregnant, or they just drink a tiny amount because they don't want to put alcohol ahead of the health of their baby. And that then begs the question, if we're willing to do that and we understand that our baby, our unborn child, is more important than alcohol, and we make that subconscious non-negotiable commitment, why won't we do it for ourselves? Why do we put alcohol ahead of our own lives, our own happiness, and all of the good things that we could bring into our lives if it wasn't interfering with it? So if you've been pregnant and you haven't drunk, you've put your unborn baby ahead of alcohol, maybe it's time to start putting yourself ahead of alcohol by making a powerful non-negotiable commitment. And believe me, once you start to get that non-negotiable commitment nailed down, and it's one that you really believe in, and I'm not talking about a flaky commitment. This can't be, I don't want to drink because I don't like hangovers. It needs to be something that has a real impact on your life, something that you absolutely mean and that you absolutely commit to. Once you've got that in place, your whole mindset will start to change. You can also start looking at your beliefs. Now, our beliefs enter us through our senses. Everything that we see, hear, touch, smell and taste right from childhood forms our beliefs, and those beliefs go on to drive our behaviours. Now, we can come into adulthood with lots of false beliefs around alcohol. These beliefs can limit us, they can get us involved in behaviour that doesn't benefit us, and they can have a negative effect on our lives if we don't stop and look closer at them. If you can start looking at your beliefs and unpacking them and really asking yourself the question as to whether they're a good fit for you any longer, then you can start making some huge and powerful changes. My Stop Drinking program helps you through the process of unlocking your beliefs and looking at your non-negotiables. The website address is on the screen, and I'd invite you to take a closer look if that's something you'd like some help with. Because trust me, this is how you can work on quitting drinking without needing bucket loads of willpower. Now, I'm not saying you won't need any willpower. The first couple of weeks when you quit, they can feel like a challenge. There can be disrupted sleep. Our emotions can be all over the place, and we can experience cravings to drink. And there are times when you need to dig your heels in. But once you get through that period, our mental resilience builds. Even in the first week or two, it tends to be around 60% stronger. and it gets better and better. Life becomes easier, and we start to realise what we're gaining without alcohol in our lives. But it's important to have the right support, the right connection, and the right tools, and that's what my program gives you. So I would love you to take a look at that. Right next to me is a 1-hour workshop that I put together that will walk you down the path to quitting drinking successfully. You can watch that right now. Just click on the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'd love you to become part of this wonderful community, and I'll see you again on the next video very, very soon.